Good morning, everyone. Almost afternoon. I've been in my garden today taking inventory because I have to plant today. Today is the first day of planting for me. And because I live in zone AA, I can direct sow. And I love that about that. About this zone. That's the only thing. In Michigan, it was different. You would have to start seasoning indoors, like this time of year. But I can do direct sowing here. But anyway, by the way, I don't know what I'm going to do with my garden content because I'm not on TikTok. I'm not as active over there as I used to be. And all my garden content is over there. I don't know if I'm going to move it over here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't even really thought about it. Today is the first day that I started, really planning and strategizing this year's garden. So, but with that said, I want to thank a few people if I can. I want to say thank you so much to Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to Sean, especially for those kind words. And I want to say thank you to Tabitha Speaks Politics, who's always just so supportive. And I want to say thank you to Valerie. Thank you, everyone. By the way, our first juice order is coming today. I ordered 6 cases, and it's due to arrive today. With that said, I want to tell you guys a story if I can. I'm not going to use any names because I don't want to embarrass anyone. In case family members whom I have cut ties with are watching my content, and I suspect that they are. I prefer that they wouldn't, but it is what it is. I can't stop them, especially if they're hiding behind fake profiles. I can't do anything about it. But that's one of the, but no matter what has gone down, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so that's why I won't use any names. But listen, when I was growing up, I had this cousin, and she was raised by one of my aunties, one of my mother's sisters. And this particular auntie was just nasty. She was. Even her youngest daughter will tell you that. She was just nasty. And while it didn't really, the younger daughter, it didn't really translate to how she lives her life. But her older daughter, who is my age, we're only like 5 months apart, literally. It did to her. As a matter of fact, she's an even nastier individual. I mean, just nasty. When I was a kid, I used to hate going over to their house because I would always spend hours cleaning up her room. And I would say, okay, keep this clean until I come back. And she would always say, yeah. And then I come back and it'd be trashed. And then I just repeat the cycle. And I really hated going over their house. I did. But, it's nothing I could do about my mother wanting to visit her sister, So, and they were my cousins. And your cousins really are your first friends. So fast forward, and we were a little older, and I say very young adults, 18. And by that time, she had already had 2 kids. And I remember she had these 2 little boys at the time, her first 2 kids. And when I tell you this girl kept a nasty house, she kept a nasty house. I mean, I'm talking about shitty diapers all over the place, dishes all over the place, dishes all over the sink, wouldn't wash a dish, wouldn't mop, wouldn't clean, just nasty. And I remember one day I was over there with another cousin of ours, and and I just wasn't comfortable with the visit because it was like old times. I just couldn't get comfortable in that mess. It's just I just can't do it. I can't get comfortable in nastiness and filth, not even disorder, like a disorganized mess. I'm not okay with it. It's just not who I am. So I got up and I started cleaning up, especially seeing one of her little boys. And I'll never forget this. He was walking around with a diaper just full of shit. Full of shit. Shit and piss. And this buzz crawling all over the place. And I couldn't get with that. And it was just nasty. So I got up and I just started. I'm like, where's your cleaning stuff? And I just started cleaning up. And I'm going off on her the whole time. And I'm going off on her so bad about like, why are you like this? Why are you so filthy? Why are you this nasty? And then she just snapped on me. And she was like, it ain't none of your effing business. Blah, 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 blah. And usually when me and her would get into it back in the day where I would give her a good, not that time. Because you know what? She was right. She was right. And it snapped me out of it like forever. She was right. Because if I didn't like it, I shouldn't be in her house. And if I had an issue with it, I shouldn't be in her house. And even though I cared about her and somebody that I cared about, and I cared about her kids, and I didn't want to see them live like that, I can't care more about her than she does for herself. That dynamic doesn't work with me, you, and anybody else. It doesn't work. I say this to say that Black people told Latinos about their kids being in cages, and we reminded them about how they were treated at the border of their people. And the same thing with the Palestinian community. We told the Palestinian community exactly what Trump would do if Trump were put in office. And more of them than not voted for Trump. Same with the Latinos. More of them than not voted for the Latinos. Voted for Trump. Sorry. We cannot care more about people than they care about themselves. It being adjacent or participants, white adjacent or participants in white supremacy means more to them than their own people and their very own lives. It's nothing that Black people can do about that. We gotta let it go. And instead of using that energy to clean up messes that we didn't make and that they will never appreciate, the clean house that we leave them with, we need to just take that energy and worry about our own homes, our own communities, and our own selves. Because we are the ones who will value it. We are the ones who will appreciate it. And we are the ones who deserve to benefit from the work. We are the ones that deserve to benefit from the progress. And we can never make progress if we're busy cleaning up somebody else's mess. They made that mess. It ain't even about martial law. It ain't even about any of that. Not saying that those things are not important. The traps that they are trying to lay for Black people. I don't want to be dismissive of that. But it's about the principle. It's about the fact that we told them what the plan was, what the setup was. We told them how to protect themselves. And they chose white supremacy over their own communities. And we don't have nothing to do with that. And sometimes you just got to let people sit in their own mess because clearly they're comfortable with it. And you got to just worry about cleaning up your own house. That's all I got for today. I'm about to go to the nursery and get some more dirt. You all have a great day. Be righteous. Do something kind for someone. And if you would like to donate or support to the platform, I will leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. Y'all take care and y'all rest.